Hi, this is Jen. Welcome to the Voice Box. Today we're going to be talking about home studio recording. In specific, how to turn that guest bedroom or empty den into a space suitable for recording vocals. Now there's a lot of different approaches to this and no one-size-fits-all solution. Really comes down to a matter of what your goals are, what you're willing to invest in terms of time, resources, and labor. But whether you're thinking big or small, there's a few basic considerations to keep in mind, and that is what we're going to cover in this video today. So come on with me, let's talk about it. The first is room dynamics. Sound travels in waves, and hard surfaces reflect waves. If the room you plan to use is like most, you've got 6 hard surfaces forming 3 pairs of parallel walls. This creates what is called a live environment. Live environments are undesirable for recording because they generate a lot of reflective sound. Reflective sound is what you might commonly experience as an echo. Since the goal is to capture as much of the true sound, that being your voice, as possible, you're going to want to diffuse the room sound as much as you can. A way to do this is by choosing a room with at least 2 non-parallel walls. In my case, the room I chose has 2 non-parallel walls. The ceiling, which descends at an acute angle, and the floor, which descends at a slight grade. If your desired room doesn't have at least 2 non-parallel walls, you can create them, either by hanging drywall in the corners or by using portable baffles such as the pair I have fixed to my boom. The second is soundproofing. Unless you'll be working in a below-ground basement or game room, chances are good that you'll have to do at least some soundproofing. Windows and doors are particularly notorious for leaking sound between environments. If the door to your recording space is an outside door, seal the edges of the door with weather stripping. You're also going to want to plug the windows. The plugs in my studio windows are 1-sheet 3/4-inch soundboard sandwiched between 2 sheets of 1/4-inch drywall. It's all held together with acoustic glue and gasketed with carpet. Then all you got to do is gasket the edges of your window well and pop the plugs in. For a non-permanent solution, add a couple of knobs as I did and set the plugs in plywood frames, again gasketing the frames with carpet so they create a snug fit within the well. This is a simple design that you can knock out in a weekend with a friend and a table saw. If you discover that sound is leaking through the walls, you might also want to consider hanging acoustic curtains or, in a pinch, heavy blankets. The third is acoustic treatment. Now that you've proofed the room against external sound and diffused the sound being generated within the room, you now have to dampen that sound. Sound dampening helps to kill whatever remaining echo you might still be experiencing in the room. This can be achieved in a variety of ways and to varying degrees depending upon what kind of recording environment you prefer. A common method is to hang acoustic panels as I have done. Now I prefer a balance of live and dead space in my environment, so I have hung only a few panels. 4 1x4s on the front wall, 2 2x4s directly above the mic, and 1 1x2 directly behind the mic. I have also included a 4x4 square of carpet on the floor directly below the mic. Another way to dampen a room is to cover the walls with carpet or egg crate foam. If you're on a budget, propping some old mattresses up against the walls will also do the trick. Finally, mic placement. In case you haven't figured it out by now, determining where in the room you're going to record is important to know up front. Most studio condenser mics have approximately a 30-degree arc of dead space directly behind them. If you have a wall, window, or door that you've been unable to adequately soundproof, point the back of the mic to it. This will minimize the likelihood of the mic picking up any unwanted sound from the leak. In addition, you'll want to make sure that the immediate area around the mic is well dampened, either with acoustic panels, carpet, baffles, or a combination of these. This will ensure that the sound your mic captures is as true as the room can produce. A final consideration to keep in mind is that the human voice produces sound in a narrow frequency band. Low vibrations, such as those generated by passing traffic or the occasional plane flying overhead, fall well outside of that band. Though the mic will capture these unwanted sounds, they can easily be removed in post-production with EQ. Well, that's it. Now you know how to turn a room where you used to crash into a room where you can thrash. This has been Jen. Thanks for joining me here in the Voice Box, and remember, whatever you do, keep it true and say it loud!